Today I will be running down a 2019 thriller drama film titled Obsession. Please be advised that there will be spoilers ahead of this video, so chill out and enjoy it as I narrate it for you. The movie opens up when a woman named Larissa walks from the main house to the worker's house. Then a man named Sonny follows her angrily and grabs her before she enters. He tells her that he saw her with George last night, and then Larissa reminds him that George is still her husband. Sonny then tells her that they have to get rid of him because he's an obstacle to their relationship. The movie scene shifts to where the story begins. Sonny is traveling by bus to get to Louisiana to find employment. He gets off the bus and heads up to the hiring auto shop to apply for a job. However, the owner tells him that he does not want any new employees since all the spots are already filled. Disappointed, Sonny leaves the workshop and wanders through the streets of the city. Since he's new to the area and doesn't have a place to stay, Sonny decides to rest on a bench to get some rest. A few minutes later, the old man named George walks from the pub to get in his truck, and just then, a man wielding a knife tries to attack him. The drunken old man begs the thug not to hurt him. However, the thug goes on to attack the man and wound him with his knife. Once Sonny sees this, he intervenes to save the man. He pushes the thug and hits him with his backpack. The assailant tries to fight him, but he runs away as soon as he realizes that Sonny is stronger than him. George thanks Sonny for saving him. Sonny notices that the old man is bleeding from his injuries and then calls the paramedics so that the old man can receive help. While George is being stitched up, Larissa, George's wife, comes running towards him. She hugs him and checks on him as Sonny decides to leave. George stops him and introduces Larissa, saying that Sonny is the one who saved him from the thug. Larissa then thanks him for saving her husband's life and leaves to finish the paperwork. George then asks Sonny about him, and Sonny explains his current situation. He's homeless and looking for employment. Hearing this, George invites Sonny to his house as a thank you, saying that it's the least he could do for him. During the dinner conversation, George learns that Sonny is a professional mechanic, so he gets him a job at his farm as the farm technician since his skilled mechanic left the farm some time ago. Sonny is making eyes at Larissa and admiring her beauty in the kitchen without George noticing him. After dinner, Sonny goes to the cottage across the main house. He's hearing everything George and Larissa are saying from their room. Larissa is concerned about George letting the stranger live in their house. But George reminds her that they were once poor as well. He tells her that he just wants to give Sonny a chance to restart his life, and eventually Larissa agrees with the decision. The next day, George introduces Sonny to the garage and explains the work that he needs to do on a daily basis. Then he shows him his most expensive vehicle, which only lacks some spare parts. Moments later, Sonny and Larissa catch themselves looking at each other. One day, while Sonny was in the workshop, he saw Larissa getting out of the vehicle. Then he watches her and enjoys watching her walk to the house. Later, Larissa is watering the flowers on her front porch while Sonny washes himself with a hose. He learns that Larissa is looking at him. The following day, Larissa sits on a swing on her balcony pretending to read a book, while sneakily giving naughty looks to Sonny. Sonny sees this and understands the situation between them and the silent chemistry forming between the two of them. During the night, when Sonny looks out of his window, he sees Larissa standing near the window while looking sadly into the sky. She then turns and looks at George, who is seemingly asleep. It becomes clear that George is not giving her the attention that she needs. Very early in the morning, Larissa walks up to Sonny while he is busy working in the workshop. She then asks him to stop looking at her the way he does, because if he continues with it, she'll report him to George. Sonny shuts her down by telling her that if she knows that he's looking at her, that also implies that she was also looking at him as well. During the night, after having dinner together, Larissa goes to the kitchen to clean dishes. Then George asks Sonny to join him for a drink, but he has to fetch the glasses with ice cubes from the refrigerator first. Sonny goes to the kitchen, and this is an opportunity to make his first move. He stands alongside her, but Larissa cannot do anything since she seems to be enjoying watching the view as well. However, George shouts from the dining room and asks Sonny what's taking him so long to bring the glasses. Sonny quickly leaves and goes back to the living room with ice cubes. Sonny seems unstoppable as he longs to spend some time with Larissa, so he starts improvising on his plans. Sonny tracks down a car spare parts supplier on the computer for George's fancy car, which he kept in his garage. He usually says he wants to gift it to Larissa, however, it's broken specifically due to the carburetor issues. Sonny informs George in the morning that he found the carburetor supplier, but he's a few hours drive away. So George has to hurry up to go get it before it gets sold out. George gets excited hearing this and instantly races away to the address. Larissa walks into the garage and inquires about George's whereabouts. Sonny tells her that he'll be gone for several hours. When Larissa tries to walk out of the workshop, Sonny grabs her with his grease-coated hands and gets it all over her clothes. Larissa initially gets annoyed about this and tells him that he has made her dirty, but she instantly gives up and passionately makes out with him. Larissa goes inside to clean herself up in the shower. Once George comes home, he excitedly calls Larissa, who's looking at him through the window, to come down and show her what he has bought. Larissa goes to the garage, where she witnesses Sonny starting the engine and asks George to take it out for a ride. While George is gone, Sonny tells Larissa that they need to be careful and never let George know what happened between them. Larissa tells him that she has never cheated on George before, and it took her almost an hour to clean up the grease from her body. Sonny chuckles and replies that she should call him next time when she wants help. But Larissa assures him that there won't be a next time since it was just a one-time thing. She also tells him to forget what happened yesterday between them. George returns after taking the car for a ride and gifts it to Larissa. One night, after having dinner, the three of them sit in the living room to have drinks. George is clearly inebriated, and Sonny tells him the story about the unfaithful wife who slept with a stranger in her husband's house. He tells this joke as a hint to Larissa, who is sitting next to George, just to remind her if she stops it he will tell the husband. Larissa gets irritated at this and tells George that she's going to bed. George drinks more and falls asleep on the couch. Noticing this, Sonny slowly walks upstairs, looking for George's mistress. Larissa emerges out of the blue, pushes Sonny against the wall, and tells him to repair her husband's tractor. George is completely passed out in the living room and visibly oblivious to what is happening upstairs. Moments later, Larissa and Sonny lay next to each other and started talking about their personal lives. Larissa opens up to Sonny and says that she would want to run away with him because the old man's farm is like a prison to her. The next afternoon, George takes Sonny out to a location and tells Sonny that he is going to transform that place into a motorsports park, and he plans to make him his technician. Sonny is surprised about the news, then takes Larissa to the location and shares the news with her. Larissa tells Sonny that this could be all they ever wanted and informs him that she needs to be with him. She convinces Sonny that, for this to happen, the old man has to be out of the equation. Larissa can inherit his riches, and both of them could live there happily as husband and wife. Larissa then asks him to make a plan to get rid of George. Sonny is initially hesitant, but he wants to be with Larissa, so he eventually agrees and decides to kill him. Both Larissa and Sonny plan to make it look like an accident so that no one will be able to suspect them. Sonny plans to get George underneath the heavy tractor part to fix it. At that exact moment, Larissa will pull a chain from the hanging tractor engine that will fall on George and crush him to death. The police will blame the faulty chain for this, and they will not be suspected of anything. When the planned moment comes, Larissa pulls the chain, and the engine falls and instantly kills George. But it also injures Sonny's hand since he has to make sure that George stays in the right death spot. Sonny gets worried about this, but he orders Larissa to run away and get rid of her heel shoes since they have George's blood on them. Larissa removes the shoes and gets rid of them on the way, pretending she was not home by the time the incident took place. Larissa comes back home when the police have already arrived at the scene, and then she puts on a good show in front of them, mourning over her husband's death. But the police detective sensed something was wrong based on her muddy shoes. In the middle of the night, Sonny and Larissa go on the roadside to search for the shoes. They burn them as soon as they allocate them. However, the police had already put the pieces together and suspected both of killing the old man. They question both Sonny and Larissa, but no one is ready to turn on each other yet. Larissa decided to continue with George's plan to build the motorsports park after inheriting his money. After conducting enough investigation, the police detectives finally find out that Sonny and Larissa are involved in the murder. Once both of them learn that the police will be coming for them the following day, Larissa regrets the killing of the old man, and then she discloses to Sonny that she is pregnant with his baby, and because of this she's afraid of going to prison. Sonny doesn't want the police to find out that Larissa is involved in the murder because no one will look after their kid when both parents are in prison. So he decides to confess the murder of George at the police station, saying that he alone committed the murder and that he sacrificed himself for Larissa and the baby. Sonny is taken to the maximum security prison for a death sentence. A few months later, Sonny and Larissa communicate through letters. He asks Larissa about the baby and gets to know that she gave birth to a baby boy. Larissa even sent some pictures of his son. Sonny gets excited to know that their boy is doing well and asks her to send more pictures. Months later, the movie shows the development of Motorsports Park, where Larissa is herself in her office, running the biggest sports business in Louisiana. Now we understand the same thug that attacked George at the beginning of the film. Larissa is the one who sent him to kill her husband in the attempted robbery, but when her evil plans fell through, she seduced Sonny and persuaded him to kill George. Larissa even lied to Sonny about being pregnant to play on his emotions and make him take responsibility for the murder. She had also been sending fake pictures of black boys to Sonny as part of her game. Larissa moves out of her office with an evil smile on her face to enjoy the sport after successfully escaping the punishment of her husband's murder case. This brings the movie to an end. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to watch more of my videos. Have a good day.